Hello everyone, myself Gayatri Bajpai, and in this video we will learn how to determine the copper cement material model parameters through Excel sheet. In the previous video we have learned what is copper cement material model, what is the use of copper cement material model, and what are their parameters and what is the significance of their parameters. As we have seen in Johnson-Cook material model, we used stress strain graph at low strain rate and high strain rate, and with these graphs we have found their parameters. Here in copper cement they are focused on the yield stress at static condition, yield stress at dynamic conditions. Static condition means at quasi-static process, very low strain rate, and dynamic condition means at high strain rate. So quasi-static process at low strain rate, at that time we can use UTM machine, universal tensile machine, and at high strain rate we can use SHPB machine, split Hopkinson pressure bar machine. So if we know the data points at yield stress at static condition and dynamic condition and their corresponding strain rate, then we can determine this copper cement material model parameters. Okay, so that we will see through this video. So let's start to learn. So this is a graph which I have taken from a paper in which they have shown the ratio of dynamic yield stress to static yield stress versus strain rate graph. This is the graph at high speed tension experiment which is done in SHPB experiment by copper cement model. SHPB experiment means split Hopkinson pressure bar experiment. So this is the split Hopkinson pressure bar which is used for high strain rate testing. So this is the equation which I have shown in a first slide, and this is the equation which is shown in this paper. Okay, so I have shown sigma y as a dynamic yield stress, they have shown sigma d. Sigma not both same. This is called static yield stress, and this value, this beta terms, they just simply skipped because they have used some kinematic strain hardening. So now this bracket is left. Here in my equation, whatever I have shown in first slide, I have used C and P, and they have used in this paper D and Q. This is just symbolic. These D and Q are called strain rate dependent parameter or copper cement model parameters, and this C and P also the same. So okay, if I write according this equation, so sigma D equals to sigma naught 1 plus strain rate over D, the power of 1 over Q. Okay, so what you know sigma naught. Sigma naught is static yield stress. Suppose one specimen is there, you are using some material, suppose you are using SS304L material you are using, and you have to find this static yield stress. So how can you find? You can take any reference strain rate which is very low reference strain rate. So suppose you are taking 1 per second as reference strain rate, okay, which is your reference strain rate. So this type of reference strain if you are taking, then you can use a UTM machine. So if you are using a UTM machine and simply giving a tensile, uniaxial tensile force, and then you can find through the UTM machine the stress versus strain graph. Suppose this type of stress versus strain graph you have found. This is stress and this is strain. So this is what? This is your yield stress, which is called static yield stress. So sigma naught. So you can find the sigma naught value by using UTM machine. Now you have to find the sigma D value, yield stress at high strain rate. So how can you find this sigma D value? So that you can use split Hopkinson pressure bar. So for that, if you are using suppose like this, stress versus strain. So in split Hopkinson pressure bar you can find the stress versus strain graph at different strain rates. Suppose like this. Okay, so like this. Suppose this is for 500 strain rate, this is for 1000 strain rate, this is for 1500 strain rate, like this. So for 500 strain rate, what will be the yield stress? So that this is your yield stress for 500 strain rate. So this is called dynamic yield stress. This is for 1000. This is for 1500. So these are your dynamic yield stress. Okay, at different strain rate. So you can simply find this dynamic yield stress value and strain rate. corresponding strain rate. So you can simply find this dynamic yield stress and corresponding strain rate. So here they have found this dynamic yield stress divided by your static yield stress and whatever strain rate is there. So you can simply plot the graph between sigma D over sigma naught versus your whatever strain rate is there. So okay, so that they have found this graph is like this. Now you have to find the value of D and Q. Now how can we find this D and Q value? So sigma D over sigma naught, just you can shift this value from this side, from this equation. So it will equals to 1 plus strain rate over D, the power of 1 over Q. Okay, now you can transfer this one from here to this side. So sigma D over sigma naught minus 1. This value equals to strain rate over D 1 over Q, power of 1 over Q. So suppose this is your Y value, okay, and this is your strain rate. Strain rate take as a X, okay. So this is Y equals to X over D power of 1 over Q, like this. So if you plot the power equation, is Yx versus X. So suppose you find this equation and you found this graph like this. This is Y over X and you have found the graph like this. So whatever the value will be there, suppose Y equals to A s to power of B, like this. So you can find through this A and B value, you can find this D and Q value. So 1 over Q will equals to B. So 1 over Q will equals to B. So Q will be equals to 1 over B. Like that you can find the Q value, and now you have to find the D value. So how can you find? So this is equals to 1 over D, you take it out, the power of 1 over Q, which is nothing but equals to A, like this, and you know the 1 over Q is equals to B. So you can write it like this, 1 over D, the power of B equals to A. So 1 over D equals to A to the power of 1 over B. Okay, so what will be the D? So D equals to 1 by divided by A to the power of 1 over B. Okay, so here I am writing D equals to 1 over A to power of 1 over B, or you can write as 1 over A to power of Q. So like that you can find D value and Q value. Okay, so I have used Excel sheet and find according this the D value and Q value, and then I matched with the whatever value is coming in the paper, so it was matching. Now I will show you through the Excel sheet how can we find this D and Q value. So these are the strain rate and their corresponding stress ratio. These value I have taken from the paper. Just I mapped this value, so it maybe it is not exact. Here I have just taken this value for showing how to calculate this copper cement parameters. So whatever the value of P, D and Q will come, so it maybe it's not exact matching because it's a mapping, so it can be quite here and there. So okay, so here this is strain rate and this is the stress ratio minus 1. What does it mean of stress ratio? Stress ratio means dynamic yield stress to the static yield stress minus 1. So now if I have to make the graph in between strain rate to the stress ratio minus 1, then how can we make? So just select these data points and then insert chart XY scatter, and just I have taken the points only. So this is the graph. Okay, now if I have to fit the trend line in this data point, so insert trend line, types, I am selecting power equation because it was made in the power equation. So now show the equation. So it will be looks like this. So after the decimal there are number of values and x to the power of number of values. So I am rounding off these values. So how can I format the trend line? And after the decimal 2 points I have taken, so it will looks like this. and I have already made this graph and labeling x-axis and y-axis. So I'm just deleting what I have made. Here I have just shown how to make this graph. Okay, so this is the graph. This is x-axis is strain rate and y-axis is stress ratio -1. So this is the power equation. Fx is what? Stress ratio -1, and x is what? X is strain rate. So how can we calculate? As we know, the copper cement equation rate over d to the power of 1 over q equals to the stress ratio -1. So whatever the in the power 0.41, so 1 over q equals to 0.41. So suppose this is A and this is B, as I have explained in the previous one, how to calculate the copper cement material model parameters. So in that I have just assumed this value is A. So A equals to 0.03 and B equals to 0.41. So okay, if I am taking A equals to 0.03 and B equals to 0.41, so B equals to, how can I calculate Q? Q equals to 1 over B. Okay, so this is 1 over B is 0.41. So it is showing the Q value, that is 2.439. And how to calculate the D value? So D equals to this A to the power of Q, A to the power of Q, and this is the inverse of this value, as I have explained in the calculation of copper cement material model parameters. So it was coming 5180, and the value of this CS parameter is showing in the paper. Q equals to 2.457 and D equals to 5809. So it is here in Q value it is approximate matching, but D value is very different. So that's why I have taken after the decimal 4 values. So 0.4108, then it is more match. So here I have taken, in place of 0.03, I have taken 0.0287, and then I have done the calculation, then it was showing 5674. So it is quite matching. The difference between these value, whatever the paper value and whatever I have calculated, because it is the map value which is not exact. So here in this way I can calculate the copper cement parameters. Okay, then here I have explained how to determine the copper cement material model parameter by using Excel sheet. So whatever data points I have taken, that data points I have taken from the papers, and the detail of that paper I will give you in the description box. And if you are having any doubts related to this video, please ask me to the comment box. I will be very happy to give the answers. And thank you very much for watching my video.